What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Live with Lauren and Bryan.
Hello,
My
guys.
lovely co-host, Lauren.
Yes.
And myself
hello.
are going to look at some relationship charts. Pamela Anderson, Tommy Lee, Bonnie.
And Clyde.
So, should be a fun show. Definitely interesting charts. It's kind of funny that one person in each couple has a birth time and the other doesn't.
I know. That was like June and Johnny too. Because I think, well, Pam and Tommy aren't that like old, but
yeah,
when you get to like the old school ones, like Bonnie and Clyde, 1909 and 1910. I mean, I'm shocked they even have a birth time for him.
it was Bonnie, right?
No,
and
Bonnie, there's no birth time, but Clyde there is. I mean, which it doesn't matter. You can still tell. It's the only reason why the time is so important is because I would want to see the vertex and where they are in each other's house systems. Like, are they in the 8th and the 12th and all that? And you can't really tell with that. And obviously they're rising.
And I want to see it for the composite.
Yeah, but it's there. You can still tell. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that Pam documentary was really good. Part of that was inspired, like, this show was kind of inspired by that in many ways. Because
thank you, Rhiannon. Thank you.
Kind of who she was and, like, I guess the soul that you can kind of feel from that documentary and, like, how misjudged she's always been just because of her, I don't know, call it sexuality or whatever.
You said
her
you
looks.
Got teary-eyed.
Oh, I actually, yeah, a couple times. I don't cry from, like, sad things, really, to be honest. Like, I feel sadness, but I don't usually cry from it, like, or in a movie if it's, like, sad. But, like, I'll get, like, teary-eyed if, like, somebody triumphs. I like to see, like, the person pull through and, like, you know, empower themselves. That, like, gets to me. I'm like, and it's not like a cry. It's just like a cry for, like, yes.
It's all that Capricorn. Yes. All Pisces, so I'm like...
They did it.
She was, like, speaking to me through that documentary. Mm-hmm. It's very powerful just because I think it goes to show also that, like, what everybody perceives in this 3D world about two people that are played out so publicly that, we switched chairs today, so I'm going to be, like...
She gets the chair.
Yeah, I get the chair, and then he always says that Pisces can't sit still, so it's probably true.
Wiggly little fishies.
She is a hopeless romantic, so I can relate to that, and that love is, I mean, Tommy Lee's the love of her life. There's no 100%. Doubt about it. By the time we go into this, it's like I think that everybody had this image of, you know, the sex tape, and so that... you know, which was stolen from their home and was total violation of their privacy. And honestly, that in the documentary, she said, she's like, you know, when we met, it was just like this, I mean, it's soul love that you really don't meet a lot of those like soul deep loves in your life. That she was like, there wasn't any secrets or deception or whatever. It's so, like, I thought that was profound that she said that, because it's like the secrets and deception were what played out from people taking their private stuff and exposing it to the world. And that's really what ruined their relationship.
Yeah, it's crazy. And, you know, it'll be interesting. I did pull up a timeline right before we started because I was like, I don't remember the dates of some of this stuff, but it'll be curious to see, like, when was that sex tape scandal and, like, what was going on maybe individually or in maybe some composite stuff. We'll still run a composite chart, but that's why I wish we had times for both.
Yeah.
Just to really know, like,
we have her time. We don't have Tommy Lee's time.
Right.
And then we have Clyde's time, not Bonnie's time. But I mean, we know, everybody knows how both of these relationships played out. So I feel like it's good that we're using both as an example. And I mean, who knows? Who knows with Pam and Tommy? I mean, it's very profound that in the documentary at the end that she was like, I mean, she's a deep person. She's been writing her whole life. Like she
journaled her whole life.
That's how she wrote a book.
That's how she has journaled. This documentary.
Yeah,
pretty much.
And like her, you know, when she said when all that happened, she's like, it's like I was in love with his soul. A part of me has died, and that every marriage she has had after that, it's like she's chasing what she has had with Tommy, and like the guilt of not, because he didn't want to, you know.
Oh yeah.
Oopsies.
He tried to fight for it, you know, and
yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, it was kind of his. Yeah. Alcohol abuse and maybe a temper in the moment. Also, a lot addiction. Of his, you know. More needy sides. Yes. I need love from you. Got a little upset with some things and made some bad decisions, but she didn't, you know, give him a second chance. And I think she's always regretted.
Well, yeah, because then it was about her children, and she just, you know, was very Cancerian as a Cancer in that part. But yeah, she's been chasing that soul love with every marriage and every partnership. And she's just like, I'd rather be alone than, you know, keep doing this. But I don't think that I could I don't know if Tommy and I could actually even like do it together. Like it's very like it's very like Romeo and Juliet, but without them killing themselves. It really is. It's like, it's their synergy is very, very real.
Intense.
And it's very intense. It's very real, especially when we see some of these degrees that they have without even having his birth time. It's like, oh my God, the Juno thing is fucking mind blowing. It's like, I've only seen that maybe one other time. And it might have been like Richard Burton and Elizabeth Taylor that had it. And I'm just like, yeah, that doesn't lie. So
someone's born on your Juno return.
It's an amazing documentary if you can see it from a higher perspective. But if it's, you know, if people are, you know, only going to see it from a 3D perspective and that maybe have been too scorned in love. Like the whole thing is like she's said in the documentary that so many people are like, I love it that you don't give up on love. Like you're just like fucking, yeah.
Well, that's the thing is you can't. Like you have to kind of be fearless when it comes to love, because that's where love is very like 8th house, or that's even why the Scorpio Leo square in just the archetypes is a thing, because you have to learn to just trust, and you have to be okay. You'll get banned, or you'll get banned. Don't watch Netflix. Hi,
Elizabeth. I know. Let's just let's not talk about any of the negative comments. But yeah, it's an amazing documentary, and everybody should watch it.
Oh, she's talking about the Pam and Tommy. Not the, she's talking about the series, not the documentary. And she's right.
That was on Hulu, I thought.
Wherever it was.
Yeah, I think they said in that documentary. So we're talking about the Netflix documentary.
The Pam's documentary. And she did, right. I think she said above that, like, watch Pamela. Yeah. Miss Kiff knows what's up.
The Hulu one is, like, where they came out with, like, I don't know if it was, like, a parody to that. And it was on Hulu that they were, the sex tape thing got re-brought up. You know? Yeah. Which, I mean, anything that has to do with them in a negative way and with the sex tape, I mean, absolutely do not watch that, because it's just, again, like, it's not real. Like, it's not real of how they both felt about each other. Like, they, you know.
Yeah. So anyways, I was just saying too, is that square between Leo and Scorpio, it's like, there's fears around love. We can, block ourselves and like keep up these big walls, which is very Scorpio at the same time. So, someone like Pam, I think, is inspiring because she just kept trying. And even though it didn't work out, at least she, still went for it. And I think a lot of people, I just think that's good, because you hear the stories and you see the stories all the time where, the love of your life, that relationship ends and people are, scared to love again, or they don't want to open up again for, feeling like they could be abused or betrayed. And you kind of have to you have to bring that square. You got to be fearless and passionate and keep going and
yeah.
still merge and be willing to merge with
Love
another.
Love is the only thing that's real.
Yeah. And even if you don't find it, like, at least you can say you tried.
And I feel like everybody has in their life, whether it was, yes, absolutely, Elizabeth, it is the love of her life.
100%.
So hopefully, who knows with this Venus retrograde, because her Venus being Leo.
I know.
What'll happen? But, and then she did Broadway, like she is, yeah. And her kids love her so much and are so supportive. And
anyways, let's take a look at her chart.
Yeah. Further ado, and hello to everybody in the chat. Love you guys. Thank you for the support.
Yeah, thanks for being here with us.
What is the God, what is my best friend's 6-year-old? She's an Aquarius, always says, pretends she has a YouTube, and she's like and subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications.
Yeah. Okay, I just had to throw that in there.
So, pulled up Pam's chart first. Unfortunately, he's married now.
Oh, just because somebody's married, Alyssa.
This is Pam's chart. Hers is actually verified.
If the universe wants two people to come together, it conspires. I think that we've proved that in June and Johnny. And they were both married at the time. And J-Lo and Ben, look at them. They both went their separate ways, got married, and then came back. So
happy birthday to your baby.
Happy birthday.
Not a baby, it's an adult. Happy birthday to your grown-up who can go to the bar.
21's a big birthday.
I know.
She's a Pisces.
I know it'll always be your baby fishy.
Solar return. I love it.
So, Pam, what do you have to say about Pam's chart?
We're just doing individual?
No, I just think it's good to take a look at the individual.
Another 21 tomorrow. Happy birthday.
Dang. We got a lot of grown-up fishies. Grown-up little fishies.
I love that. Pisces. Happy birthday to your oldest, Rhiannon. What about, I mean, look, you go first.
Okay. So, Pam is a very interesting soul to me, and a lot of it is like this first house and having her son there and being a Gemini rising. It's interesting that she like scribed, her whole life down and like kept record of it and communicated it through the writing and about herself and her life and
she deep and too. She was so well
being that
spoken.
First house son, she is.
Yeah.
Being that first, I love how she was on all these different talk shows, and they'd always try and like get to her or crack some joke, and she would always just answer truthfully and like honestly.
Yeah.
Like I honestly feel like she might be one of the most honest people maybe to go through Hollywood. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like she just was like, oh, nice try. Yeah, you caught me. My boobs were out. Like
the guy that did the producer, because her son produced it with her, that did the Netflix documentary. The guy, though, the main guy that reached out to do it with her, he said, I could not believe how funny she was. He's like, we laughed for 2 years straight making this whole thing. He's like, she's fucking hilarious. And just like kind and like just so real. And you can tell by the emotion and like how she delivered, like you can just tell by her face, like everything, like that shit doesn't lie. You know what I mean? Her energy in the documentary. Like it was so hard for her to like read any of the letters or anything. She was just like, oh my God, like I can't even go back to that place because it's like she's tried to like block it out because it was so painful. But continue, babe.
Yeah, no, I totally in agreement. So Cancer, right? Like she ended up being quite the mother, and she did it really by herself in a lot of ways. Like, Tommy was there in the beginning and he was a part of the kid's life. Like, I'm not trying to make it sound like Tommy wasn't there. Like Tommy definitely like tried. Like he wasn't I don't think Tommy's a bad person by any means. I think he's got some, deeper, darker, maybe
happy birthday,
issues.
Miss Kiss. Gosh, we have so many Pisces in here.
Happy birthday to all the Pisces.
Yes.
But she really did decide to put family before career. Like her career was like taking off.
Yeah.
And she really identified with her motherly instincts, which I think is very interesting too. And she's even Pluto in the 4th and Uranus in the 4th. And wow, she sure did. Her life sure did get crazy. I mean, it always was crazy with family too when you think about it.
Yeah.
Like, it was intense. Her dad was kind of a Tommy Lee in his own right.
Mm-hmm.
Not like a big rock star, but he was the bad boy in town, and people didn't, want to mess with Mr. Anderson.
And her parents are still married, and they were like so like loved and passionate, even though it was like crazy times at moments.
Right. She also was Pluto conjunct Atlantis.
Yeah.
Kind
of I think that she has like.
I feel like she has some of that like ancient vibe to her. She might not really be conscious of it, but there is something. Wisdom. There's something deeper in there where she's just like she just gets it on a more soul level.
Yes, she's very soulful. Like she is an old. She always said too that she felt like an old soul. Like she was like, "What am I like doing here?"
Right. So another thing I just thought was super interesting about this whole thing is her Venus at 23 of Leo squares her Neptune at 21 Scorpio. And I mean, gosh, you want to talk about like a hopeless romantic? A Venus in Leo is already kind of a hopeless romantic. Square Neptune? Oh my gosh. Her life is a delusional love story, and a dramatic one at that. And you've seen that play out in her life. It's just, I want love. Love me. I got love to give. Love me. Show me love. Like, and maybe not even like on an ego perspective of like, look at me. Just this like deeper soul. Like, I want the love.
She wants what that, like, she even said, like, somebody, like, quoted to her, like, that, I don't know, it was at the end of the documentary, and it was just, like, like, basically any love, and that, it's, like, I mean, I've always said that, like, any type of, like, pleasure and, like, just intense love, it always equals pain in a way. Something so intense like them, too, I mean, yeah, there's going to be like a level, it's so like heightened in ecstasy in so many ways that of course there's going to be so much pain, and it's hard. Like, I think the quote was from whoever she was quoting it was just like a love that is so intense, it's like unattainable. And she's like, what? Like, who doesn't want to live in that love? And so I can totally resonate with that too.
Yeah.
I'm a Venus in Pisces. I'm definitely Venus, Mars, Sun in Pisces. Like, come on.
She's like a Venus in Pisces on steroids. Like, not gonna lie, because her Venus is also the ruler of her 5th, and it's also the ruler of her 12th.
Yeah.
And being in that square to Neptune.
Yeah.
And her Neptune's
it's like rose-colored glasses.
Her Neptune rules her Pisces, which really would be their 10th house ruler, but in Porphyry up here, it's definitely intercepted 10th and 4th house, which is, of course, where you see this big dynamic play out in her life. Career, family, everything in the public. Kind of wanting, like, a little bit. I feel like she did want a little bit of privacy at the same time and didn't really get it. But just all that, drama that went on there. But that Pisces being intercepted is very interesting. Kind of lost in the middle of career and family. And then Venus being the ruler of the 12th and the 5th is, the hopeless romantic with that square to Neptune.
I want to do them together, though, babe. I don't want to just do them separate.
Okay.
I like so.
Then you take it away.
Well, okay. So I'm going to point out the, like, most obvious that is, to me, just like, wow. I almost wanted to look it on my phone too. They both have Juno, the asteroid of marriage, at 28 degrees of Leo. So not only is it on the royal star of Regulus, like King Queen, okay, exact 28. Can you point the cursor when I talk, please? Yeah. Right there. Right there. Then, oh my gosh, this was the other thing. Oh, God, I love her. I just love her even more when I keep thinking back to this documentary. She talks about Eros and Psyche in the documentary and quotes like what Eros is and what Psyche is. And I was like, I wonder if there's anything to that in their chart. Yes. His Eros in Virgo is conjunct her Psyche in Virgo. So, I mean, it is a soul, if, We can do, I want to do Isis and Osiris one day and what Eros and Psyche is one day. But Eros and Psyche, oh my God, if somebody has that conjunct.
It's like definitely what asteroid astrologers like look at as like soulmate kind of. That's where you'll see a lot of twin flame stuff.
Oh my God. And then exact, like they have these like exact synchronicities. His Venus at 21 Scorpio is conjunct exact her 21 degree Neptune in Scorpio. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Venus, Neptune.
And square her Venus.
Oh, but Venus, Neptune in Scorpio merging deep fucking in the sixth house of like every day, the everyday. Sixth house.
That was the routine to show up with each other and be passionate. And that ended up being the rose-colored glasses that kind of wore off when like family came into the picture and they're taking care of kids. And that's what escalated. Because
he felt neglected.
He felt like he wasn't getting, he wanted like Pam and Tommy. He wanted the love. He wanted like what they were. He felt like it was everybody first, career, kids, and Tommy last. And I mean, look at Tommy. Like, look at his Scorpio, right? And this moon, like we put this at noon for his birthday because there's no birth time.
Right, but he could be a Scorpio moon.
He could very well be a Scorpio moon.
Degrees.
And honestly, I would put money that he is a Scorpio moon.
Yeah. Because he would go to her sets.
Oh, and like, everybody on the set would cringe when they saw Tommy. They're like, oh, shit, change the script. We got to change something up. This isn't good.
Like if she had to kiss somebody and he just would lose. I mean, it's almost like people probably thought more so it was her when she was like the whole thing of like when we don't exactly know, like physically assaulted her, pushed her, whatever he did to her, that was like the breaking point for her because she was like, I have to protect my kids.
Well, he said he like shook her.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't think that, I mean, regardless, he should have never, like, because the children were there and they were little and like the one was like holding on to her. And so, I'm sure a lot of it got blown up in the media of not to really
I'm
what
sure
happened,
it was scary
but it was
enough for her to make that call
and to
in
never
want
to work on it again, even though knowing deep down she was like that a part of me like died because I loved his soul, like it was a soul love and fuck it's
she probably does regret.
She was very strong to like honestly like not to feel the way that their energy together and then to not even give it a second chance is like, oh my God. So she probably does feel that because now she sees with all of her marriages and stuff that she has been chasing what she's already had. It's like this is a once in a lifetime love. Like it just is. So she's tried to find that connection in everybody else she's been with. And she says that in the documentary at the end. That's what's so profound to me about it.
It is.
I think that a lot of, and like she says this, like obviously anybody that has dated her or married her since Tommy Lee, she's like, they all have, I'm sure, this perception of who I am and what they idealize me to be. Because that's the other problem is that there's so much idealization that goes into being with her. And she's like, when really that's not who I am. They're thinking that she's this Baywatch model running down the, when really she's like a fucking deep soul that has journaled her whole life, is a dedicated mother, and like that really probably does just want to live a simple life. But I love it in the documentary when she's like, I feel uncomfortable, like I don't know, like she's in that place where she's so transforming that uncomfortable space, but it feels very weird to her. Because she wants to feel that passion. She wants to feel that love in anything she's doing, but really she wants to merge with another soul. Yeah.
I think she's like an extraordinary feeler with Pluto in the 4th and being a Cancer sun. Yeah. And even a Chiron at 29 degrees. Like, she's just a feeling soul, if you will. Also, Tommy's moon, say he was born around noon. It's conjunct her Pandora's box.
Yeah, I know, right? Like
didn't he fucking open a box in her life? I mean, it was a good box for the time that they were together. they really were like quite the love story. And it happened overnight too, which is a good example of what we talked about after we watched it, is like, they got married the day they pretty much. They were
like, have you ever felt like this before? Like,
and they just went with it. And we have all these like rules to love. Like, oh, you got to go through the steps. And maybe some people do, but you know what? If you know,
but it's never guaranteed. It's just like people that plan out. I've never resonated with. They're like, okay, we've been dating for 2 years. Then this is just where like Pluto at the 29th degree too is like ripping down all of this bullshit that we've been conditioned to think that you've got to get married by this time and date somebody for this time. And then we're going to have this many kids. Well, what if you can't even end up having kids? Then what? And you don't even know until you get married. And then it's like, wait, what? We can't even have children? But yet you thought that you're in control to plan all this out. No. It's like they were very brave because it was like, I've never felt like this. You never felt like this. Let's fucking go for it. And because what are you, if you don't jump, if you're not the fool card and just go for it, then what's the point of even being here? What is the point?
If you don't, you never get to experience the journey.
It's like so much fear.
That's why the fool has that naivety. Because it's just ready to kind of go on this journey. It has no idea what's to come. It doesn't know there's a tower card waiting halfway through. It doesn't know there's a devil. It's just like, got my stuff, got my dog.
It's so wild to me. Like all of these, and I get it because there's so much conditioning that goes. I mean, the conditioning and the pressure from family and everybody else. It's like so many. Like, again, I find it so wild when people are just like, I mean, when I've gone on like so many like, or talked with friends or gone on dates or whatever, because I'm always psychoanalyzing everybody. And I'm just like, well, True. Did you even want to like, did you get married for yourself or was it for everybody else? And it's like 95% of the time, it's like everybody else. It's like, what? So you're living your life for everybody else?
It happens a lot in our society.
Like, and you wonder why you're not happy. I mean, it's insane. It's insanity, literally. But that's like, I just went off on a fucking tangent about that because I am somebody who is just like, I mean, the one thing that we can guarantee in life is that it's all going to end. So fuck, why not just like live? Just live. Truth. And part of living is pain and heartbreak. And heartbreak is our greatest teacher. Our greatest teacher,
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
So.
Sorry I went off there. I'm so passionate about love. And it's Pisces season.
She's also moon conjunct Eros, right?
Oh, yeah.
So that's even more of like having this...
At 29 degrees.
This like, 29. Yeah. This very strong, karmic. Deep desire. I mean, Aries is kind of about the self, but there is also the Mars element of Aries. That there's a sexual desire nature to Aries as well. Not so much as Scorpio, but it's there with Mars. But there is like that deep, just like, I want passion. I need passion to feel comfortable. If I don't have passion, it's nothing. And she has Pluto, Uranus conjunct too. So if it's not like passionate and exciting and that magical sort of crazy Venus square Neptune just, it's kind of drunk love all the time.
I mean, she is so fucking brave. Like, if anything, it's like, she just keeps... She said that one Hollywood producer was like, I love it, Pamela. Like, you just fucking don't give up on love. And he's like, and don't ever. Just keep fucking doing it, girl. No matter how many times you gotta get married or whatever, like, you are a fucking love warrior. It's like, yeah. I mean, no matter how many times she has to break her heart. But I think at the end of the whole documentary, it's almost like, I don't know how to explain it. It's not a subconscious, like, message to Tommy Lee because obviously it's like out there, but like just the way that she explains it, I mean,
well, she was kind of a teacher to Tommy in essence. I think gosh, he had so much Scorpio. Like, trust me, this guy wanted to merge with his Venus there. Like, he wanted deep connection. But he was also the South Node in Aquarius and with Saturn, and I feel like he was kind of like, this rebel kind of rocker, like, I'm going to do it my way and I'm going to be with everybody. And, he probably had a lot of flings before he met, right? Pamela.
Oh, yeah.
But it was Pamela with her Jupiter at 7 degrees of Leo and her Ceres and even Sappho with his North Node.
Yes,
That like he was
Jupiter North
she
Node.
was the guru that kind of taught him like singular love. Like how to just love one person. Like all of a sudden Pamela showed up randomly in his life and he was like, I'm chasing you to Mexico.
Yes.
We're getting married.
Yes. And she was like, no. Like, if this guy with tattoos shows up, like, no. And
right.
then
Which is so South Node.
Because she knew, like, there was this inner knowing of, like, oh my God, once I go there, that's it. It's like, once you go down the rabbit hole with that. And I think, like, in life, she's realized that. It's like, this is a once in a lifetime love. Like I've said that in many other videos that I've done. I'm like, you do. Like, now, does everybody have that? I mean, right. I would hope, but probably not. Like they were meant to come together and go through this very intense experience that honestly, it's like if it wasn't, it would have still been really like wild because I mean, like, here's the other thing. So, I mean, their sun, square sun, Mercury, square Mercury, their Venus, square Venus. Like, they have a lot of squares.
Oh, their nodes are in a fixed cross.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Saturn,
Taurus.
like Saturn, he was a teacher for her, too. Saturn squared her nodes. Exactly. His Saturn.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And but it's so crazy because they say with Saturn square the node. Yeah, that's an interesting one because I've read a thing where it says that like people that come together in a love relationship with a Saturn square the nodes, that is one that it's almost like you never get away from him. You never get away from him.
Yeah. And yes, Xena, this will be on the page for probably ever.
Yeah.
It won't be deleted. So yeah, you can watch it.
Yeah, it just gets uploaded, right?
Yeah, just when we're done, it just goes to the live video section on the YouTube page. So that's the thing is there's all these amazing like soulmate aspects, but then there are these like harsher aspects. And I think that this is where it's a good teaching lesson too, to really know that there is no perfect thing. Like you want the passion that both these individuals did. And I think it was something interesting for Pamela because she is South Node Scorpio where, gosh, she wanted that intensity, that crazy love, that just passion, sexual, let's go, we are one, especially when we're naked probably, you know, like some Scorpio stuff. But then it's interesting how it was Tommy who taught her these lessons and she taught him lessons and they worked with each other and their souls grew a lot from this. And, you know, she's a North Node in Taurus, meaning that she really is supposed to, like, slow things down, find stability, happy nodal return to Miss Pamela Anderson. Yeah. But she's meant to, like, be self-sufficient, too. So she has all these deep desires and wants for love, but it really was self-love. Yes. She just posted something the other day on her Instagram about, it was Valentine's Day, and it was a picture of her, like, all dressed up, and she's like, it was like a poetry thing. She, like, because she fucking can write so beautifully. And then it was like, this is what self-love looks like. And it's like, yeah, like, she's in her fucking nodal return, and she's North Node Taurus, so that is self-love. Mm-hmm. You know, that is, like, your highest good. Like, it's taken her a long time probably to come out of that Scorpio South Node. Yeah. What is she, 65? Is she? Yeah, something like that. Oh, no, she's not to her Saturn return yet, so she's 55. Yeah. Yeah, but she's gone through the Chiron shit, the fucking Uranus opposite Uranus. Like, I mean, she's fucking been through it, you know, and who knows? I mean, if the universe wants these two back together, then, you know, I don't know. We got to get our popcorn and, you know, wave our lighters in the air and... Well, hearts. I think like that we just don't care. It's very funny. Like someone mentioned that Tommy's married. He very well may be. I actually am not sure. I think he is. Yeah. No, I believe that he is. Yeah. So I think like just for Pamela, like that ship has sailed and it has taught her these lessons. Yeah. Like Tommy was the great teacher with that Saturn square her nodes. That really by the time like her nodal return's finished. And she's got her Saturn return coming, which Saturn is a ruler of her 10th. And Saturn also will be in her whole sign 10th of Pisces. That she really is like about to start like her career, like she's coming into this more 11th house purpose. Yeah. Isn't so focused around like the 5th house. And like look at her Broadway stuff. She fucking killed it and on there. Yeah. Done squaring her moon.
Yeah,
Pluto's
that's a
also
hard
going to
one.
come square her node.
God.
So that's where I think there is a trap of like going back south node, just focusing on love and relationships and romance and sex or whatever. But like really going towards like bringing all this great soul and this great uniqueness and this individuality of I'm going to be truthful to myself and, you know, kind of go her own way based on her own self-love in person. That I think she's like, I would not be surprised if Pam is like huge again, but for different reasons. It was always for the sexual reasons before, and I think it's going to be for more of what she's doing. She might be the next like big Broadway star.
No, yeah, I think like you said, like she's coming into a very powerful time, and like it's really like reinvent. You said that she's not going to be like the Pam that we've ever known.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. And this Venus retrograde is going to be a big part of that too, because it's going to be with her Venus and her Juno in Leo, and it's going to, you know, be all up in that area of her chart, 4th and 3rd house, and squaring Neptune, and it's squaring her her prenatal solar eclipse, her prenatal lunar eclipse. Actually, we won't get to her prenatal lunar.
Yeah, but I don't think she'll go. I don't think she'll go backwards.
Test of like her like finishing that chapter.
Yeah.
And like knowing within her soul that she's on to this next stage, and it is more about the beauty that she can bring from her soul and the self-love and how to, you know, encompass all of that. So I don't know. I'm pumped for Pam. I think that she's on the right path, and that Netflix documentary was like so smart for her to put out, because that was like the best thing that I think she could have done. I think it just showed her in a completely new light. Not that that wasn't shown, because it was there if you paid attention, but if you were just kind of biting on the Baywatch or the sex tape stuff, you would miss it, you know.
Oh, absolutely. And I bet her book, I mean, I want to get her book, but on tape. We'll have to like listen to it on a road trip.
Yeah.
Audible.
I can do their...
I agree, Miss Kiff. And Michelle Grant, yes, absolutely. Do not give up. Ever. Exactly. Ever.
Ever.
Ever. Ever. Love is the only thing that's real. Okay, was it Composite? Yeah.
So the moon being at 13 degrees in this, it's in Aquarius somewhere. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I would say that I feel pretty confident it's in Aquarius.
Yeah, because it's like in the middle. Yeah.
So we can go with that. The rising, well, we really don't know. We'd have to rectify Tommy's chart more, and that ain't gonna happen without him sitting here with us.
Right.
Like we could guess all we want, but
let's reach out to him and be like, hey. Come to our lair and let us rectify. Let's give us the real story.
You know, so it's interesting that they are that Pluto-Uranus together too, because they were very much that, like this very intense, passionate. But it's funny because it's almost like that was kind of how the humbling happened, being in Virgo, like. And there's still like guilt. I bet Tommy feels guilt for what he did.
Yeah, of course.
I bet that Pam feels a little bit of guilt for leaving. Yeah. And like that's where the healing, you know, takes place if they were able to resolve that. They also had Venus, Vesta.
Well, I mean, they're friends,
in Leo,
you know,
or in Libra. Yeah, no, they are. They did a good job of co-parenting. So props to them.
Yeah.
Because not everybody can do that.
And their kids adore them, you know, especially like think of their kids like growing up with like that crazy shit. Like they like love their mom.
Yeah.
Like it was so sweet. He was like rubbing her back in the documentary when she was like watching the tape of Tommy and like all of that. It was very sweet. So her sons are probably her biggest supporters.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. And because she's a great mom, you know, I mean, yeah, it's just this 3D world, man.
Yeah.
That'll really just...
It's harsh.
Yeah. Yeah. It played out how it was meant to, you know what I mean? That was the contract. But when you see love like that, it's like, man, you know? And so whatever's, you know, meant to, I'm sure that like they're at peace with it. And I'm sure Tommy, you know, I'm sure that he loves, I mean, the energy doesn't lie. He loves her very much as well.
Yeah, and they are a Leo sun with Atlantis. And it's funny, the way Atlantis was put in their synastry chart too.
And Vertex isn't far from there.
It was like Atlantis. Atlantis was with his
Eros.
With his Pluto, but also like his Eros.
They've definitely had a past life. That's for sure. Things. I mean, I think when you feel something like that, it's like you're like, what the fuck? This is his past life.
Right. So I don't know. They just it's deep. It's deep with them for sure.
And when you feel fucking past life.
And they were also like, Pluto squared the nodes within a 6-degree orb. And that's that's
a skip
right. So there's resolution like that had to happen in this life, which does come down to Gemini, but it actually it kind of had to go Gemini first because the North Node is what passed Pluto in transit, because this is the chart of, a certain time because the nodes go in mean direction or retrograde motion. The North Node would have been on Pluto first. So it really was kind of that Gemini, which is very exciting and stimulating and go and
they probably love to talk and had a lot and then Gemini
kind of had to go back, so they had to do both basically, and then it was they're both the truth.
They very were much so in that how the whole court thing played out. It was very Gemini, they were fuck this, whatever happened with that, but. Oh my God, yes, Elizabeth, I will do Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom. Their shit is woo. I've done them before. They are definitely soulmates too. Oh my God, Capricorn and Scorpio, their moons are conjunct. Oh my God, their chart is insane. Yes, that's a good one. We will do them. Yes.
Orlando Bloom, typical Cap, still looks like he's fresh out of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, he is.
So it's interesting, just that whole Gemini.
And they're both extremely spiritual too. Orlando Bloom and Katy Perry, yeah, they do spiritual shit together. Yeah.
Again, I'm so bad with. Good thing you are just what's up because
I know what's that.
I am so bad with pop culture and
I know.
I just don't.
I keep you in the know.
But they're good case studies.
Because I can tell energetically in Hollywood who really does have an authentic connection. And they've been through some crazy shit together, Orlando and Katy. And he's he just did an interview saying he talks about how he's a Capricorn all the time. He's like, oh yeah, I'm here to guide her Scorpio fucking crazy shit. It's fucking crazy, but I love her, and I'm not going anywhere. Yeah. Oh yeah, they're very into spirituality and the occult. They have a very 8th house connection. Very.
I bet this composite chart has a lot of 8th house in it. I wouldn't be surprised if they were Capricorn rising with a Leo sun in the 8th or maybe a Pisces rising.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Don't know. Or
it's just hard
Aries,
without
maybe.
His
be
time.
Interesting. I know. But anyways.
And I hate trying to guess. But I mean, the energy and the synergy between them do not lie. And they
just
are
looking at this one, only Osiris in the 8th house. I don't believe it.
No, right? No. So I think that they're probably very 8th and 12th.
But, their sun does square Pandora. It's funny, Pandora's box is something that I'm just what's that thing is just, that box opened in my life
because
recently.
Of Allie,
it did cross
Cosmic
over.
Space Witch.
Yeah, and she showed it to me when I got a reading from her, the Cosmic Space Witch. I recommend if you want to know starseed heritage or just kind of
She's
deeper.
so insane. Oh my God.
Stuff. The Cosmic Space Witch, I highly recommend. She's super cool too. And she has a great channel for going down rabbit holes, and she's a great investigator. So shout out to the Cosmic Space Witch.
Yes, she is.
Follow her if you don't. YouTube
she
and
is
Instagram.
Insane. She is, oh my God. But, you don't even need to watch the news. Just follow her and she just goes down every fucking rabbit hole. She is great. Her mind is a beautiful mind.
It is.
Yeah.
So yeah. Pandora's box. That was they had big aspects with Moon, Pandora's box, and synastry. There's something about that they were the box for each other's life. They were the catalyst. I mean, of course, look, Tommy Lee, Motley Crue. He was going to be he was already famous. He was going to be well known forever. Same with Pam. Yeah. With all of her Playboy stuff and with, Baywatch and whatever she would have done without him. She probably would have had a more sustainable, bigger career in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Anyways, but there was something about their connection was like.
No, it was definitely like, very whoa, Pandora's box.
What? Tommy Lee and they put out a sex tape? Like, well, actually, no.
They didn't put it out. They filmed everything back then. They said, like, how everybody does it now on their phones. They just had all these little tape record. Like, that's what I love about it, too. They were always filming each other. And, like, they were, like, it was, like, Fifth House and stuff like that. Like, very, you know. Yeah, put it on there. Cosmic Space Witch. Yeah, she is so... We love her. We will always support her. And her readings are very affordable. And she draws you up a star seed, Atlantean, Pleiadian. She will tell you where you are from. Oh, she'll tell you,
like, the constellations of where you have planets that aren't even on the ecliptic, but, like, where you hold, like, this essence of the stars that you'll be like, what?
Oh, she goes into black holes. Like, her consciousness is so evolved. She's a projector, but she also has her Mercury. She's a Libra, but she has her Mercury in Scorpio conjunct Pluto. So talk about somebody that goes deep. Oh my God. She is. I've had 2 readings from her, and then I told him, like, I was like, you need to, she's amazing. So we always support Cosmic Space Witch, because she'll blow your fucking mind. You'll be like, what? You will think that you've portaled somewhere else. Yeah.
They did have Isis and Osiris in sextile.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that Eros and Psyche and their whatchamacallit is...
Yeah. So...
Yeah.
And, you know, Venus and Libra, definitely, like, they did have, like, a lot of harmonious times.
They loved each other. They fucking love.
And they had a lot of fun. They do love each other. And it was exciting, and it was meant to be. And
yes.
It just had to.
That Pandora, though, you know, once that box opened, it fucking just.
Which is interesting because, I mean, I could pull up, like, when the sex tape came out, and we could pull up the chart on top of this and be like, well, what was going on in their composite?
Well, I think that we should do that. Well, I don't know, unless you, like, can... I mean, how long does that take?
Depends how long it can be before I find how to exit this ad that popped up.
Yeah.
Oh, I've reached the limit.
What does that mean?
They won't... because of where I went, they...
Okay, how do you get back to our screen?
Oh, we're still good.
Oh.
This is right here, but...
Oh, gotcha. Okay. I'm like, why can't I see anything?
Oh, yeah, I want another date. Anyways, tell them a story about something while I find this date.
Oh, are you about the... Yeah, you should do it when the sex tape thing got stolen or whatever.
Yeah,
or the trial. I don't know. Yeah, that's probably... Yeah. A story. Well, I don't know. I would ask them what they want to hear, but now I don't have a chat up.
Oh, you wanted YouTube. They settled the lawsuit in 97 in December, but when did it first?
Probably 96.
Disgruntled. Oh, still safe. Okay. It was in
95, October of 95. Or no.
Oh, they discovered it in 1996.
Because then it all came out June of 96. So
January
we'll do
is
January
through June.
Yeah, of 96.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested.
I mean, I'm sure Pandora played a part in the ending of their relationship, but it would have been definitely, it's probably a lot of Saturn and Pluto that played into that. But I'm sure that it probably was making aspects. And the asteroid karma is very important for people to look in their chart. Like, I have Pandora and karma conjunct in my chart, and that shit, when it gets transited, oh man, does it play out. Karma and Pandora. Of course I do, at 29 degrees. Of course.
It was, we'll do whatever, 20th. 1996?
Yeah. I've done Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner's chart, and when he decided to come out as Caitlyn, that was very,
what was the big thing that you remember from that?
Oh, I don't remember what the transits were, but they were very Plutonian. And Uranus. I mean, obviously. He's an interesting one we should do. We should do OJ, and one day we should do OJ, because, I mean, look at that guy. From a football player to actor to, murdering, getting away with it, to fucking being in jail, getting out. Then he had to have that trophy. I mean, talk about a narcissist. OJ would be a good one, and Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn, because they actually were like connected in a very weird karmic synchronistic way through the Kardashians and Robert Kardashian. And yeah, that would be an interesting rabbit hole to go down for sure. Yeah.
That would be interesting.
Yeah. Like, I mean, of course I love doing love, but I like going into like the psychology of like, you know what I mean? Psychology, astrology, you know what I mean? They all flows together. Me and the sky have moon and Pluto aspects. Oh yeah, those are intense. I mean, if they're conjunct, they're definitely intense. I would say if they're conjunct or square, they're intense. When this Pandora's box thing happened 2 weeks ago, it ended. Yeah. Oh, yeah, wow. I mean, when something is transited by Pandora, it definitely triggers things. Also, Sun and Saturn aspects in Mars.
I don't know. It's interesting. The transiting Pandora was at 15 Pisces, which was opposing their Pluto when this all came out. So they were like, what happened? Like, somebody did what? Like, that's 7th house to Pluto and dealing with intensities. And, so actually, a sex tape coming out is very Pluto.
Yeah.
So that's kind of interesting. And it was on their composite Chiron. So this was kind of a part of a healing process they were going into that just kind of opened up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Also, transiting Pluto was square their Mercury exact at that time in Sagittarius. And gosh, who knows? I mean, it'd be interesting if they were like Aries rising or something, and Mercury was the ruler of the 8th. That'd be very interesting. That would put a lot of this in the 8th. And also in composite charts, Pluto in the 8th is one of the most intense. And
oh, yeah.
Usually they're the most like encompassing, but then they have the craziest sort of blow up at the end. They usually don't last. Combusta. It's like teaches big lessons for those souls that they have to learn to let go.
Yeah.
They'll get super enveloped and attached and, merged. And then all of a sudden there's just this like, somehow a repulsion happens. So it'd be very interesting if that was the case for them, which very well could be.
Yeah.
Which would be Aquarius rising. So that'd be interesting. So that's interesting that Pluto was there. What else was going on?
At 3 Sag.
Also, Mercury is like trickster energy too. So there is a little bit of this like Pluto, this unforeseen power kind of, sneaky too.
And it was squaring it, yeah.
Stealing their whole safe.
Yeah.
Like they went down to their safe and it was just gone.
And they didn't even know exactly when it got stolen
because
there was construction.
Or months earlier, they said.
Yeah, because there had been so much construction going on. So, you know what I mean? It's like, it could have been, yeah. I mean, it's just such an invasion. It doesn't matter if they're celebrities or not. It's like...
Oh, that's not cool.
Shit was stolen out of their home. Like... Yeah, it doesn't matter who you are. Like that is an invasion of privacy, and yeah. But it was obviously a karmic lesson that really tested their relationship, because then when they went to the whole they newly had just had a child, and then when they went through the whole process of the I can't remember what they called that. It didn't like go to trial. It was like the depositions and all that, and they were just like, well, you don't have any rights to privacy because you're a Playboy model.
Yeah,
and it's
like,
crazy.
What? That was crazy. Because she agreed to do it. Like,
yeah.
Wow, what an argument. Lawyers are slummy, but we all know that. Yeah, they did have Eros too that was at 17 Taurus, and that was square their composite moon in that area, because we don't really know if it was right there or whatever. So there was sort of that where this like passionate act that they did where they were actually doing it from love and not like pornography or in any manner. That was just for them. Kind of interesting. That brings like this insecurity and kind of like this turmoil to the family life too, that was kind of built around a passionate loving event that they had with each other.
Oh, look at that. And Eros and Jupiter were conjunct, yeah, and Taurus. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Eros was on their Jupiter. Mm-hmm. They did have Jupiter transiting in Capricorn at that time, and it was like making really good aspects to all this Virgo that they have in their chart too. So it's interesting how there really was like long-term benefit for both of them. It just didn't look like it at the time. And Jupiter often does that. Everybody thinks Jupiter's just going to show up with the gift.
I know.
And it usually does. It's just not right when you expect it to. Usually it kind of amplifies something else.
Well, yeah, I think that it, because like I've talked to a few people that have had Jupiter transit their vertex, and they're like, oh, that's when I like broke up with somebody. And I'm like, so it can bring, right? Well, it was like, okay, well, it was ending that because you were meant to go into some, I mean, that's what.
Also, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I just remember David saying that when his Jupiter transited his vertex in Capricorn, he's like, that's when I signed my divorce papers. So, I mean, see, it can be like, it doesn't.
I got divorced for my Juno return.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Saturn was at 24 Pisces. So we're actually coming up on the Saturn return for this, which is so interesting that here we are, talking about it. But 24, it was in that place where it was squaring their nodes. And it very well could have retrograded as we go like through the months, because what was this like June or July?
We still have to do Bonnie and Clyde, babe.
Oh, do we want to wrap it up soon?
Well, I mean, it's not soon, but
sorry.
No, there's nothing to be sorry about.
We'll just go to July, because I think that's what.
Because I think that's when she went to the depositions and
so
all
Saturn
of that.
Saturn retrograded, so they were in this big, Oh no, it didn't. Sorry, I was looking at their natal Saturn. That's another thing too. They were in their Saturn return from their composite chart when this all went on. So just kind of a big sort of, wow, like all this kind of unforeseen stuff, very emotional.
Hi everybody.
Big moments that happen in their life for a purpose, and that purpose is playing out, I guess, now for Pam, and Tommy still had a big career. So, I
mean, and two, he had to move on with his life if she wasn't, like, it could have been very hard for him also to see her in all these other relationships and, trying to co-parent, like, because they love each other very much, but it's,
I know.
What are you going to do? When those sex tapes come for you.
God, that does.
I know, but I just love her. She's very authentic. Be honest,
I didn't know the story very well, and I really did think that they just put that out. And I didn't remember the trial. I was pretty young at the time, but later on I just thought that, like, when I heard about the Pamela Tommy sex tape, like, I did just think they put out a sex tape, which they made that popular, right? That's like Kim
then
Kardashian
everybody did start putting it out. Paris Hilton,
famous.
The Kardashians, it was like nobody.
Shout out to.
I'm sure,
It is sad they didn't make a dime off any of that. But
they did, right.
I appreciate the integrity to never want to.
Her son was like, I fucking wish you would have like made some money off of that. Like what the? Funny. Yeah, it's like, you know what I mean? Like for real. God, there's so many screens that I'm looking at. I'm like, which one do I look at now? Bonnie and Clyde. Gosh.
I'll keep the chat right there for you no matter what.
I know. I'm like,
sorry, I just had to pull up another page over there.
Oh, thank you, Haley.
Pisces
solar
glow.
Return. Well, almost solar return.
She does. Ever since the sun came into Pisces, Lauren has had this like Pisces glow.
She's got an extra pep girly.
In her step, and she's
very girly.
Looking extra pretty.
I always get so much more creative in Pisces season, and I mean, I am, you know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, I'm always going to be a makeup artist. Like that was my. I like to glam and make people over and spiritually. But yeah.
It's that 29 Taurus midheaven.
I know. Just many different things.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I put Clyde's chart in the first wheel because we have his time. Like kind of crazy.
I know that we have his time, 1909, and we got Clyde's time.
10:55 a.m. baby.
Bonnie and Clyde.
Toledo, Texas.
I can't remember. Is Cody in the chat? Wasn't he?
He
Was the one who said Bonnie and Clyde, I think, last week. And I was like, when I looked up, I feel like I looked up this, and then it made me think of this because I looked it up. I was looking up Pluto conjunct Lilith synastry, and that's what it came up was a picture of Bonnie and Clyde with Pluto conjunct Lilith. Now, I don't think that they have that.
Watch this.
Oh, wow. Look at this technology.
I got the tech.
Wow.
I got the tech. Boom. All right, and then boom.
Yeah, Pluto is the planet of death. Yeah, I mean, so even if they didn't have it, it's like they were just saying, like, that is what fucking their relationship laid out. Yeah, there they are. Look at that.
Pluto is the planet of death, rebirth, passion, sexuality, darker and taboo things, crime, etc. Lilith is the demoness of tantric and darker sexuality, feminine impulses, and one's shadow self. Pluto conjunct Lilith in synastry brings together the two villainous luminaries of astrology. I say villainous because Pluto and Lilith got a bad rap. In this case, I call the connection to the bad rap. In this case, I call the connection Bonnie and Clyde contact. Since Pluto is a generational planet, it's important to keep blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Anyways,
these two recognize the darkness in each other.
Pluto Lilith is the Bonnie and Clyde.
Oh, 100%. I mean,
that's a good analogy they made.
That's why I said, thank God, babe, we don't have it within such a close orb. We do have it, but it's like 10 degrees away. But yeah, I mean, this is just a fun fact. If you have Pluto, if somebody's Lilith is conjunct your Pluto, I don't know. I've had this with one person in my life, and yeah, it pretty much sums it up. So,
is that an actual photo of them?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Dang.
Yeah.
Clyde.
Yeah, look at
Big
that.
pimpin'.
She's like looking all like proper.
She looks like a little girl.
I know. Yeah.
Crazy. Anyways.
Can you take it off? Okay.
Yeah, just go. Bam.
Boom. So yeah, Bonnie and Clyde.
So
so their suns are opposite right off the bat, Aries, Libra.
Yeah, which isn't a bad thing.
No.
Opposites usually attract, and that is, for Clyde, his 7th house of his solar, especially since for Bonnie, don't have a birth time. It's a big deal that her sun, or his sun's opposite her sun. Like, that's a house system, you could use that does play. So maybe, if we run a composite, maybe we'll put it like sun in the first or something. Anyways, still not the same, but nonetheless. They are they're in orb too, right? Mm-hmm. 4 degrees. So that is this opposition, which,
Who's the inside wheel?
Clyde,
he's got a lot of cap.
Hell yeah, he does. Mars, Uranus.
DEVIL.
That's an excited, scheming dude. This dude wanted to get to the top, and he would do it in any way possible.
Yeah, where's this? Does he have Scorpio? Oh, yeah. Oh, Moon Vertex. They fucking have Moon Vertex and Scorpio. That shit was fated. Or no, Lilith and Vertex and Scorpio. So, yeah, that's like a Pluto Lilith right there.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny that she used that aspect, or whoever did, maybe man or woman, I'm not sure. But it would have been interesting if they did have Pluto Lilith in their synastry, right?
But Lilith Vertex to the degree, oh my God, yeah, that was some fucking fated shit.
Yeah, Bonnie kind of came in and was that that perfect soul connection that was down, she was down. He probably didn't convince her of much. She was, especially because she was a Libra, she's like, well, what do you're the powerful, Aries driven, all that Capricorn, you're going places. What do you want me to do? I'll
be your ride or die,
I'll
boo.
go. I'll keep you cozy too. I'm all in your 4th house down here. What do you need? I got you.
Totally.
I will keep you cozy. Let's go get that money, baby.
And does he got a lot of Pisces or asteroids in Pisces? He's got Juno, Cupid, or Eros.
Oh, Juno, Eros,
Mercury,
Venus. Oh yeah, Venus, Pisces.
Oh yeah.
It is so weird to see Eris in Pisces.
I know, so long ago. Where is Aries now?
Oh gosh, 27 Aries, or
still in Aries. Jesus.
Maybe 20. I think it got close. It's like 24 Aries actually. Yeah. So. What else? What else? Oh. Bonnie's Eros was on the south node of Mr. Clyde.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
that was an activation. Yeah,
very passionate, very like
almost to the galactic center.
Oh, we've been passionate in the past. Like we've merged in the past. We could do it again.
No, we don't know. That's saying that's her son. But what is that? Lilith. His Lilith is in Sag.
That is White Moon Lilith.
Oh, White Moon Selena.
White Moon Selena. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Which is very important in a chart, too. Yeah, Lilith, Juno.
Yeah, it's interesting having like White Moon with the South Node. It's almost like he probably was maybe goody, maybe like really not, didn't embrace much of a darker side.
I've got to look
maybe
on
just
my
like this
phone.
like hopeful, or he was very adventurous. And then he kind of like went more North Node, Pluto, where it was kind of like...
His vertex was 14 Scorpio and her Venus was 20. Oh, his vertex is right on her fucking Neptune. So, vertex Neptune. Yeah,
oh, his vertex?
I don't know. That's why I had to come over to like my Astro Dean's
I have his
chart.
vertex at 14.
14 Scorpio.
Yeah.
And then her Neptune is at 12 Scorpio.
What do you have her birthday at?
Oh, no, wait. I'm sorry. Just kidding, because Tommy Lee's a Libra too, and I was looking at his. Just kidding. Just
I'm like, I don't see it.
Don't mind that. Right. So, Vertex Lilith.
You know what's really interesting is they had Venus in opposition.
Oh my gosh.
He had the exalted Venus, and she had the fall Venus.
His vertex is on, her south node too, because his north node, Bonnie's north node is 19 Taurus, so her south node is 19 Scorpio.
Yeah.
So, I mean, his vertex is very close to her south node.
Right. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Saturn, do they have any Saturn Chiron shit? Saturn Chiron?
Where was his Saturn?
No.
Didn't even like... Oh, he had Saturn in Aries. He had Saturn
and she has it in Taurus.
So, they don't have any aspects against each other, but...
Oh, her karma's at 16 Scorpio, too. Her karma is at 16 Scorpio, fucking right on his vertex. And, she has it conjunct, like, pretty... I mean, it's very close to her Lilith. So, karma, Lilith, and then vertex, yeah. I mean, I had to put the karma in... for them, because it was like something had to play out.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Oh, Brian was getting to something really good with his north node.
Yeah, I was just trying to think of what I was talking about, and I was like, I kind of lost my...
Think of it. His north node is at 19 Gemini.
Yeah, it's with his Pluto, which is an interesting one.
Yeah.
Because having Pluto in the 12th is not easy. But it's extremely psychic, extremely intuitive. It does, ideally it wants to merge.
And his ascendant.
It wants to evolutionary, like the merger is back with source. Mm-hmm. I don't know enough about Clyde to know if he was a spiritual person or not. But you know what the 12th house also is? Jail.
Right.
So
right.
It was either kind of like spirituality or bust, and I don't know if he was or not, but I mean, he ended up in jail, correct? Or did they never get caught? Are they famous for never getting caught? You know what's so
funny is that, like, I should have, like, really researched because Public Enemies with Johnny Depp is, I feel like, about Bonnie and Clyde. No, I think that they got killed. Who was saying that they... Michelle Grant, do you know what the story is? We should have really researched the story before we came on here doing this.
We researched Pam and Tommy.
It says they hid in Dad's farm in a pasture.
Oh, they were shot.
I'm pretty sure they were, like...
One of the biggest manhunts I'd ever seen at the time.
Right.
Did they ever go to jail?
I thought that they got killed.
They did. I just want to know if they ever went to jail.
Oh, I know. I got 3. Well, Got 2 vapes.
Oh, yeah, he did go to jail.
Vaped up.
But he escaped jail. Using a gun Bonnie had smuggled in for him.
Yeah, shit.
Ride or die shit. I'm gonna get you home. I'm all up in this.
Time to Heal wants to know, my karma is at 29 Virgo, so your karma is at a critical degree. Ditto, me too, but mine's in Sag in the 4th house. And it's not close. Yeah, it's not Virgo in the 12th house with part of fortune with 16 Virgo. Well, I mean, your karma doesn't affect your part of fortune because they're too far away. But 12th house, your part of fortune's in the 12th house. I don't know. But you don't have to worry about your karma with your part of fortune because they're not close enough. But you got karma you have karma at a critical degree. You have karma at a karmic degree, which so do I. So I understand. And when that shit gets transited, but mine's also with Pandora. Oh, she's talking about tonight. Well, you were meant to be in this chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here with us.
Yeah. I didn't know I had anything else besides part of fortune in the 12th, but karma is there too. Yeah. So, I mean, that can mean many things, right? You know, karma in the 12th is, it can be good or bad. I mean, karma is just cause and effect. It's whatever plays out in your 12th. It's the 12th. So it's very hard to access, right? It's like unseen, you know, it's, you know, got to do with probably spiritual work and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. We are good. What are good asteroid chart programs? I don't know about a program. I always go on Astro Deans.
Astro.com, because you can literally put any asteroid in there. You just have to find the number for it. So if you like Google or whatever search engine you use, like the asteroid, and find the number, you can go into Astro Dienst under extended chart.
You know what? Can we share that? Like, I honestly, this is the best. This is what I use. So, no, it's a, well, I got to get to it.
Do you want
first.
to show on your phone?
No, I got to get to it first. Linda Goodman, asteroids. And this is where I get all of my asteroids. And I've sent it to clients in the past. Here, I just got to go this way. And this is like a really good one. Like, it has the numbers of all of them. And this is who I use. Linda Goodman's the shit. Comprehensive asteroid list, this one. So, I don't know. We'll like share it to the screen and then you guys can, but it literally has like all of them. And I can find all of these in Astro Deans. So see?
Yeah, so there's a number.
Merlin, Medusa, all of them. And then you go down further and then it's got Greek theme asteroids, Roman theme asteroids, Vedic, Egyptian. So then it has Sumerian. That's like more past life stuff. Anglo-Saxon, Norse, so Nordic. Spiritual themed asteroids. So karma, hypnos, DNA is an important one to know. Destined, telepus, I like that one. Look at this, psychic, witchcraft, magic, and occult asteroids. So yeah, we love all that. There's Atlantis. Reiki's a good one because that's where you'll have like magical gifts. Love, sexual, and relationships. So see, it says right here, like the pairs, Juno, Hera, which is Juno and Hera, the same person. It's just one's Roman, one's Greek. Mythological couples, Pluto, Persephone. We have that, babe. Persephone and Pluto. Eros, Psyche, Hera, Zeus, which is Hera and Zeus is Juno and Jupiter.
Isis, Osiris.
Yeah, Isis and Osiris. Like those are like soulmate, you know, very, if you have that aspecting in somebody else's chart, it's, you know, a big deal. Creativity, muse asteroids, medical. And then you got these ones, astrology themed. These ones are cool. Stargazer. And so she's a good one. Linda Goodman. And it's just called Comprehensive Asteroid List. And so it has all the numbers. And then you just go into whatever program you use. Astro Dienst.
Astro.com's the best like free one. And an extended chart.
Yeah.
You go down, add asteroids, and you just put that number in with a comma. And you can put as many as you want in. That's
can you
the best
put the
place
link
to do
in the
it.
chat for this? Yeah. Yeah, right. Like, is that possible? Because if I go here, is it a link? I mean, it's got to be a link, right?
I know what to do. Go up to that page. Go to that page.
Okay, well,
copy
wait. It's right here.
Click it. We'll get it in there for you.
Copy.
Now go to YouTube.
Okay.
Go to our video.
Right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In the chat. After you watch my ad.
Okay, there's chat.
Oh, then chat.
Oh.
Here, I'll do it.
Oh my gosh. I'm so South Node Aquarius. I'm not into the stuff.
There.
Did it do it?
It will come
I
up.
have to use the ladies' room really fast, so entertain.
All right. I will entertain. So, check this out, too. Venus for Miss Bonnie, right around the moon. Again, the moon could be anywhere from about, because we just ran it at noon, so we're looking at like 13, 12 Virgo up to 26-ish Virgo throughout the day, anywhere in that time period. But that 23 degrees, what does it do? Oh, it squares the nodes of Clyde. So again, fated in the stars kind of relationship, and especially if she's moon Venus, even tighter orb than now, like family, companion, big emotional connection in Virgo. And they made a job out of their relationship too, right? Even though it was a non-traditional job, but you look at like Clyde, he was never going to have some kind of, his tradition was getting what he wanted in a crazy way and doing it that, his way. And she was down with that. You
guys want to see Bryan's cool glasses?
Those are
my
alchemized.
Wild glasses. They're made out of crystals.
Alchemized.
You guys see? Riding dirty.
Oh, here, hold on. I'll go back. You're right.
Like, aren't these wild? They're like... Do you guys love them? They're not mine. They're Bryan's.
Those are mine.
They're Bryan's glasses.
Copy.
Yeah. Here you go.
So funny.
Rolling.
Check
These things are like weapons.
Alchemized. She's from Grass Valley.
They're very cool though, but they're like.
And she makes them all custom.
Those are called Stunna shades.
Those are called the Gangsta Philosopher.
Stunna shades.
So shout out.
Why don't
to
you?
Alchemize.
Yeah, I mean, they're his festival wear. We found a lot of Bryan's festival wear. Actually, I'm gonna go get that coat on because I'm cold.
Gotta have festival wear, You're getting all festive. The Gangsta Philosopher. What's up? I do astrology. Tarot daily.
Oh my god. Bryan's got an interesting wardrobe, guys.
That's a good jacket.
Yeah, I feel like this is like an Assassin's Creed jacket.
I would rep whoever made that, but I can't remember who it was. Oh, they were called like...
I know, babe. You don't have to I mean, you're so good at shouting everybody out.
North Node Aquarius. North Node Aquarius. I was just telling them when you were taking...
When I was going to the little girls' room.
That Venus for Miss Bonnie squared the nodes.
The what did?
Venus and Moon squared the nodes for Clyde, meaning very faded in the stars relationship. And it was this relationship that was a very important part of each of their destiny. And I would say that especially for Clyde, he couldn't have done what he did without Bonnie. Like, he would have been in jail,
No.
Which he escaped,
Yeah.
of course, but he wouldn't have done it without her. And also his Venus, right, because they have that Venus opposition. So the double faded, right, because he was always meant to kind of find his way through a relationship. And, I wonder, I would assume by looking at the chart that Clyde was more romantic than Bonnie.
Mm-hmm. I would agree with that.
I think she wanted the identification of the relationship and to be that sort of ride or die, where he wanted to be a little bit more romantic than that, you know, if you will. Like even Venus Juno, like he probably was more into her than she was into him, but she was in it for the partnership. Maybe not like the sex, but maybe she had a South Node Scorpio. So take that for what it's worth.
South Node Scorpio.
And then, do we want to look at the composite?
Why not?
I didn't make it.
Why not? Johnny Depp and Vanessa would be great. Yeah, no, they are. They definitely had like a faded. I love Johnny Depp. I want to watch Pirates of the Caribbean, but we're supposed to be going to Dave and Buster's.
Yes.
Yeah, Pisces wants to play some games.
So.
Oh my God, are you gonna wear your shades the rest of the way?
Why not?
Wow, your stunner shades.
Okay, so the composite chart between Bonnie and Clyde. Again, house system rising. Don't
God, there's so much red.
Well, it's because the aspects, I haven't figured out on this program yet how to completely turn them off for the asteroids. For Solar Fire is not the most friendly program in the world. Astro Gold, pretty friendly. If I was doing this in Astro Gold, no problem turning those aspects off. I have played with this program for probably 3 hours trying to figure that out, and it just doesn't seem to work. So
I should just shuffle some cards too and see if anything comes out.
See if anything comes out. So it brings us to the midpoint. They keep these like nodes in Sag and Gemini, which are the same as Clyde. Bonnie had him in Scorpio, but they do come back into that. And it is also Mars South Node. And they had that Mars in Scorpio. So, you know, they definitely had they like to get what they want together, is a good way to put it, in their soul contract
since we're like showing off everything, you guys should get this deck. Look at that. Is it blurry? Akashic Records. Star Child Tarot. This fucking deck is so beautiful. Sorry, I keep like interrupting you guys. This deck is so bomb. It's Akashic Records and all that. But okay, continue. Sorry.
Also, Moon
ADD.
Pluto. No, not Moon Pluto. It was close, but Pluto Venus and Pandora's box. Dang. Which is interesting, you know, in Gemini. It reminds me of, like, Gemini does remind me of Seven of Swords. You know? Like, they were sly together.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they were sly and they got what they wanted. Thick as thieves. And they were shot together. So it's interesting that the relationship is kind of what...
What do we think that card is? It's down. I just let the cards fly out, and that's whatever the message is.
Is this tarot? Oh, this is the Rider-Waite.
Yeah, this is my favorite deck. Oh.
What do you think it is?
This one was 9 of Cups, so we like that. Wish fulfillment.
Oh, what is this card?
Or you be drinking too much.
I feel like it's the Page of Cups.
Ooh, but I love the fucking Knight. This is my favorite, Knight of Cups. What a charmer. What is it?
7 of Pentacles. It's on your face. Oh, now it's on my face.
Oh, okay, well, so it's just like not knowing. Maybe pull a card. I know. Let's pull a card from the Akashic deck. This guy be waiting. He's like, where's my boo at? Where the fuck's she at? It's like he's gonna give her the world.
Show you the world.
But 9 of Cups and yeah. This guy, he's just like, yeah.
I'm tired.
I've
been working all day.
And this guy's like,
I only have 7 coins to show.
This guy's a fucking genie. I can grant you whatever you want, and I'd be drinking. But 9 of Cups, we all know what that means. But here, I'll pull a serious one. God, Source, Universe, Divine, the highest white light of protection. What does the collective and all of our amazing soul tribes in the chat what do we need to see for this beautiful, magical Pisces season for everyone? Good vibes only. Oh gosh, 2 came out. Oh, fuck yeah. Star Seed and Queen of Crystals. I love that. Can you see that?
It'll always take your face, so you have to cover your face if you want it to. Well, with the other card, cover your face, then throw one up towards the camera.
Can you see me?
It's on facial recognition.
Can everybody see me? I don't know. The illustration of these cards is just, it's like a starseed deck, but I love that. And Queen of Crystals. There's a lion in that card, so she'd probably be a Leo, but it's Queen of Crystals, and crystals is, crystals are like pentacles. Be making that North Node paper. And Starseed, she's just like channeling some shit. She's meditating for sure. She's in the Akash. And this chick's got an orb with a lion. Like, This is time to heal shit. This is what you be doing. You know? This is what we all need to be. Yeah, they're very peaceful. And it's all with, like, crystals, so I would say it's, like, really going deep within. It's very Pisces energy. You got to go deep within, Cody. What did Cody said something really funny last week? He's like, I'm down for a plutonic relationship. We do need to do a series just talking about what plutonic relationships are. This is one of them.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm here for it. Yeah, who doesn't want that plutonic relationship? Yes, Lana, that's what you be. You and gosh, Lana, Time to Heal. I can't accept that your name's Lana yet because we've been, Time to Healing it up for so long. And Haley, I said that you guys need to meet and connect. Haley and Lana. For show.
For show.
Yes. You're very welcome. Did we get through? Here, babe, why don't you shuffle? Because you always get reversals. So how about you give him a reversal? Because we know it's going to be reversed. Ooh, what was that fell out? Oh, and Queen of Cups. I'd be loving some Queen of Cups, which is very Pisces energy.
All right, we'll end the show with a card. I
let it fly out. I don't pick cards because whatever message... And this one just came out, Four of Pentacles, or Four of Crystals, Four of Pentacles. But even and I just intuitively read like the image on the card. This guy, he's like a magician. Like, looks like he's going through, what's that place in Arizona that's so beautiful? It's like the...
Sedona?
No. Gosh, what is it? And it looks like I can't think of the name right now. Yeah, you and Haley have very similar birthdays. She's just like, I think, yeah, you guys are both Leos. And Haley's in here under Phoenix Tears Oracle. And she just did a beautiful Pisces reading. Yeah, look at that guy. He's just like, he's channeling. For sure.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's called like, Yeah, he's not sitting there because isn't Four of Pentacles is like,
It's like the gift. Like there's always this great gift that's being offered.
It's like, Four of Cups is such a Cancer card. Like, I'm not gonna take the.
Oh, crystals, yeah.
Crystals is Oh my gosh! Hold on, I'm gonna. What is the? Oh my gosh! What is the beautiful scenery in Arizona? I can't Google that. The Red Rock. God, it is like so popular. It's beautiful. I cannot believe I can't think of this right now. Oh my gosh, it's so you're like walking through like these like crazy like sand caves or something like that. Arizona magical places to visit. I better come up. Antelope Canyon.
Antelope
Shit
Canyon.
is wild. Antelope Canyon, that's a vibe. If we ever decide to visit my family, we can go there, babe. But I've had enough of Arizona in my life. Love you guys.
Yeah, thank
what
you.
else? What else? What else is there?
Let's see what we
Plutonic. Oh yeah, babe. Did you? Oh god. Reverse. Oh, but you know what? This is a good one. Reverse because it means you're fucking letting go of dead weight.
You're done holding
actually,
on to it.
I will take that as a reversal.
So I guess we're all ready to let go of some dead weight. Enjoy ourselves more. Stop, trying to carry every grocery.
Going within more.
To the house, take a couple trips. Enjoy the walk.
Going within. This guy, he be going within. Because Four of Crystals, which is really Four of Pentacles, is like holding on. But this guy seems like he's, he's going through that Antelope Canyon. And he's just
I had such a mental block of the Four of Pentacles for a second.
That's what it is. It's like holding on.
No, exactly. Yeah, it's it's my precious.
Okay, so what are we letting go of? Oh, well, upright. Thank God. I'll take her upright any day.
Well, we're letting go of the Queen of Pentacles. It's very interesting. It's almost like
maybe
some of this physical, like the physical traditions or the physical manifestations that we thought were going to be, we wanted to nurture and grow them and they were going to be the biggest thing ever. And it's like, well, is it making you happy? Is it still bringing excitement to your life?
Thank you, Elizabeth.
If not, like maybe it's okay to drop that off. Maybe that's, this like path to this one thing isn't panning out, or maybe it's something else in your life. Maybe it's something that you put so much effort into, nurturing and growing, but it feels like dead weight. And if it's dead weight, I feel like we want to, drop losses so that we can really sit with the physical aspects of life that do make us happy and enjoy those moments.
Yeah, because the Queen of Pentacles too, like look at her just looking at that pentacle. Like she's
if we drop something off, maybe we get to a point of feeling like we're really secure. Dropping
the dead weight and stepping into our queen fucking energy. How about that?
It reminds me of less is more.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. Less
is more.
We're abundant. Like, that's the other thing. It's like you are abundant in yourself. Like, you literally can, you can manifest whatever you want if you're already like, I'm living that life. Like how Rich Lop, I love what he said during the, what was that?
I the Vulgar.
Yeah. He was just like, instead of waking up every day and telling myself I'm a piece of shit, I started saying like, no, I am a millionaire. No, I am this. No, I am that. No, I am abundant. No, like he just completely rewired, like Joe Dispenza says, his mindset. And after 6 months, he was like, yeah, I am. I am working at a car wash, but like I'm abundant. And now this guy's, he is making 6 figures, and it's not even about the money to him. It's about the law of attraction that he literally had to change, though, how he thought about himself every day. And you can't wake up and be like, God, and we watched this amazing thing on Gaia today about like, yeah, just like the anema and the anemus and integrating your shadow and the dark and the light. And we're always doing that. You cannot have the light without the dark and your shadow. And, it's just, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
One
to wrap this up, the overall...
Oh, why did it have to be reversed? Well, you know what? It could be dropping. Conclusion. It could be again, dropping. Like, yeah. It's like self-love. You're not passionate
to, the stuff that doesn't make you feel whole.
Yeah,
or make you feel secure. Like, drop it. It's not even like... It's not anything that's bringing any kind of happiness or union into our lives. And
believe it's already happening. Exactly, Stephanie.
I look at that like Queen of Pentacles in the middle of these 2 cards, and it's just like, gosh, we're carrying some serious dead weight around things that we feel like we're supposed to be in love with or commit to or stick with. And it's like there's no security there. There's no abundance being birthed there. There's no, or that's been growing. It's almost like it was birthed, it stopped growing, and now it's on the other end.
Okay, and one final card that's just going to fly out. That's going to wrap it all up because I like 4 cards. I don't like to be in uneven numbers. But that is true. It's like in coming out of relationships that you're not in alignment with and loving yourself, Queen of Pentacles energy, you know what I mean? And like that it will bring you into an alignment with the right people, places, situations. Oh gosh, 2 fell out. not keeping yourself in the hanged man position. You know, you can be enlighten yourself, because this is upright. So you can be enlightening yourself. You could be in a time of dropping that weight and enlightening yourself. And you know what I mean? Look we got him again.
There's a lot out there.
Yeah.
There's always
more. This guy's got the fucking world in his hands.
We trick ourselves and think that there's nothing more, or we want to stay in something because there's no way out on the other side, but there's literally every possible outcome in existence. It's just sometimes we got to let go of something to be able to turn our back and see, whoa, there's a lot. So
you guys all have it within you. You do. Yeah. You do. We're all doing this work together. Trust me. We said in that car live, I was like, this is some crazy shit we have all been through. The most karmic. Tell my clients this all the time. It's like, trust me. These past 6 years have been no joke. Collectively, but honestly. Like Saturn in Capricorn, Saturn in Aquarius. Bring it on, Saturn in Pisces, because damn, it's been for our soul growth, you know, but it's been wild. So we feel ya. Trust me. You know, we're all doing this work with you guys, and, you know, we love you all, and we're here to just share our gifts with you. And as you guys are sharing your energy, it's all an energy exchange, and we love you all.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being here. Much love.
And yes, we will be back next Wednesday.
We will. And we'll see you all then. Have a great week until then. And if you want to leave some comments below of things that you'd like to be covered, please do.
Yes, please, in the comments.
We're open to whatever. It doesn't have to be always relationship stuff.
No.
You know? So
we like to do it all. Whatever. Plutonic relationships, Aeropsyche. We could do, people that you want to see that doesn't have to be relationships, like the psychology of, you know, other people and whatnot, you know. Hi, Leanie. But we love you guys. And Nirvana. So we will share this, and we love you guys. And I know we're going to do a car live on Saturday on Insta. I'll be making this one when we take a little journey, you know what I mean? So love you guys. Have such a beautiful night. Mwah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.